Attention, please. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Ahoy, friends. It's me, Dave Landau. After a long night on stage, I like to kick back with a captain's hat and a fine cigar and watch the Dennis and Andy show. These guys are huge nerds, but they're the kind that you actually want to hang out with. Enjoy them. I do.
We are back. It is finally the Dennis and Andy show from my office. He had to Google Maps his way over here. He got lost walking up the driveway. It has been so long since Dennis's presence has been here. He is back, 89.3% recovered. Still has a little ways to go.
It is good to be out of the house again after being stuck for a couple of months. I had my Rambo knife with the compass up there, and that helped me find my way up the driveway and back to Andy's house. So, guys, it is good to finally be back, being able to do something and getting out. My kidney's doing better. Things are all good. Life is good. What can I say? We saw Tron Ares. We will be dropping our review tomorrow. So definitely go check that out. You'll want to hear what we have to say because we may or may not agree on this one.
That's right. And all I can say is now that you're out of the house after 2 months, maybe visit a barber. Do something about that rug on your head. It's awful. Short hair, Dennis, is much better than that.
Nope. Actually, it just got trimmed because I've already got the curls going, but you've got to get the layers out so that it grows evenly. So I have decided I am going back and I am growing my hair long like I used to have it. So suck it, Captain Picard, or should I say Crypt Keeper with your nasty ass bald head. So we're good.
I've got curly hair.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not under your hat. That's in your pants. So I don't need to hear that.
I was actually talking about my legs. You don't know what I do with the freaking carpet.
Maybe I don't need to hear about your Nair stories with your legs and your shorts.
Maybe the carpet matches the drapes.
Yeah, bald. I get it.
That's right.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Guys, for those that ordered calendars, the Core Draft calendar right here, if you ordered it,
that's right.
I'm holding it in my hand. We're going to drop these off after the show. In fact, you should have gotten an email notification, Randy, about it. So this will be coming to you soon. 10 of these are going out. We got 30 Core Draft calendars left. Get your Core Draft calendar so you can start the new year in a barbarian way. You're going to love it. Make sure you go and grab it on the campaign link in the description below. So go do that. And Headless, hello.
Yeah, we shipped them out, everything to Hickory all the way to the UK. So we've got a number of them. Yeah, Randy, it is cool.
Very cool. And, we were going to talk about football, and we're going to, but our guest this time is a football fan as well, so we can talk about it with him. He'll be out of the loop on our little fantasy situation, but when we actually talk a little football, he'll get in on the action. Our guest, a little different this time around. I've known Frankie for 20 years plus. He's a stand-up comedian. And hopefully Dennis will pick up a few things because I tell you, you guys have seen over the past few years, he needs help. He needs help. So maybe Frankie can teach him a few things about how to tell a joke and be funny, not looking, but actually verbally funny.
Maybe.
Can you help?
We'll see what we can do. I'm no surgeon.
All right. We'll find out. Frankie, good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Good to see
It's
you.
been like what, 20? We met because you came by CrossGen, right?
Yeah, I did the CrossGen tour when I was working in Tampa and met all you guys, and then held out an invitation for y'all to come see my show at Side Splitters when I was out there.
Yeah.
And you came out and we got to talking and we became good friends with all the stuff we had in common.
Yeah. Dude, I can't believe that was like 20 plus years ago.
I know. That's yeah. I didn't even realize that till right now. Thanks.
I'll be honest. Because I don't really remember the exact year, but I don't know if my daughter was even born yet. And now she's 22.
She might have been a babe. I don't know. She was born when I came to your place to visit.
Maybe. Well, okay. Actually, she was born in 03 in May, and we moved up here in March of 05. So yeah, it very well could have been. Yeah.
It's been that long since we've seen each other. Wow.
No, because you were here in Charlotte. I think it was
I came
after
to Charlotte, and then I've seen you at a few cons since then too.
Yeah. When you were here in Charlotte, because this is how I remember everything now. Was it BC before COVID or AC after COVID? Do you remember? It was before?
Yeah, it was before. Because after COVID, I quit working out of state. I started becoming a Florida exclusive after COVID.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm doing a lot of private shows now and getting hired to do all, there's 355 and over communities down here in Florida, and they'll pay top dollar to just run down to the clubhouse in their golf carts with their wine bags and 6-pack coolers. And
yeah.
As long as they don't leave the compound, they're happy.
No, I hear you. A friend of mine, Sid, why am I blanking on Sid's last name? Once again, before COVID, our neighbors moved to a retirement community and invited us up because there was a stand-up comedian. It's my buddy Sid.
Sid Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back.
Sid was up doing it, and I was like, oh my God, what are the chances or what are the odds? So
yeah, he lives right up the road from you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Have you worked now I'm just kind of curious, have you worked a cruise ship? Because we do cruises, and some of the stand-up comics love the cruise ships because it's all older people that do it. It's great fun. We love going to see the stand-up comics every time we go onto a cruise ship. Just wonder if you've tried it yet.
I didn't. I mean, I was kind of 50-50 on the whole thing, and then because I had a yearly gig in the Bahamas, and when I'd be there, the cruise ships would show up, and 9 out of 10 times I would know the comedian, and they'd say, hey, get a hold of me, run down, have a coffee downtown. And all they would do is pour out their soul of how miserable they were working the ships.
Well, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this. Do you know Johnny Millwater, right?
Yeah, I know Johnny for a long time.
Yeah.
I knew Johnny when he started.
Yeah, I met Johnny in 05 when we moved here. Johnny did cruise ships for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And he would just tell me, one, as you probably know, you've got to be clean.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten that way anyway, doing the 55 and overs.
Okay, but two, he said just the accommodations are awful.
Yeah,
they don't give you like your own stateroom.
Yeah. You're downstairs at the belly of the boat, and yeah, it just sounds horrible. And back in the day, it was even stricter. You couldn't fraternize with any passengers. You couldn't talk to them. You couldn't hang out at the upstairs bar. You had to go to the employee bar downstairs, and it was just, I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Oh, that's no fun. That's no fun.
I
don't think they're like that now.
Well, just
it's a lot easier.
Out and about, and we got to go up and talk to them, and it was great.
But I was just saying, nice. You and Susie take lots of cruises, and those are the same restrictions you have because of your restraining order against pretty much.
Yeah, but I'm
everybody.
usually 500 feet away from you and most of the schools, so we're fine.
Yeah. Well, there's no schools on the cruise, so yeah,
that's what
true.
I'm saying. We're all good.
Billy Tucci for $5. Hello, Billy. Hello, Dennis, Frankie, and Andy. Good to see you back, Dennis. Back low, and if you know it. Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Billy. Good to see you too. And since Billy's up there, look at that. Launching tomorrow, Revenge of the Warrior.
Wow, very cool.
Ron, you forgot the first part of that. Ron. Do you need your reading glasses? Is there a problem?
Yeah, there's not. Yeah, my bifocals.
You don't want to say the whole title
at home.
Billy doesn't deserve the whole title.
Billy deserves everything that comes to him.
God damn. 2 months away and you've become quite a dick. Let's talk a little football. So Dennis and I are in a fantasy league. If I remember right, to be succinct, Dennis is shitting the bed this year and I'm in 4th place. Okay, let's move on. I think that sums it up.
Yeah, in your league, this league, I am I have my team has crapped the bed. The draft was an A+, scheduled to go 14-0, undefeated.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I was like, I am a paper tiger, and I was like, rare. And then reality sets in, and I actually had, what was it, last week or was it this week? I couldn't even have enough players to fill my team. So I literally had to go in and start dropping my IR players, picking up some guys, moving them around. I'm just like, yeah, this season's lost. And then I'm also in Joe, which he's not on right now, but he'll probably join us in the middle of the show. I'm in his league. Hey, I'm doing well in his league, and I had to auto draft in that league. So maybe that says something.
Are you in any fantasy leagues, Frankie?
Yeah, we got a family one that's been going on for at least 20 years. About 10 teams.
10, you said?
Yeah, we have 10 teams.
How are you doing?
This year, I'm doing better now. I started out 0-2, but then I racked off 4 wins in a row, and so now I'm 4-2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a 3-way tie for first place.
Yeah, I'm 4, I guess. Yeah. So Bart Sears is in our league. He's 5-1.
Ooh,
and then the rest, and then I'm 4-2. My daughter's 4-2. His brother's 4-2. His sister-in-law's 4-2.
Yeah, and I beat him. That's who I beat this
week,
and I haven't even got a chance to call and gloat for the few times I can gloat this year.
Yeah. So as you can see on the screen on the left, Dennis is a Packers fan. That is him whose head is covered.
Cheesehead.
And I'm a Dallas guy, and you are a what?
Dolphins.
Oh, when's the head coach get fired? Any idea?
I don't know. Same day Florida Gator coach gets fired.
Are they doing bad?
Oh yeah, they're 1-2 and 3. Yeah, they're gonna get waxed.
Damn.
But yeah, Dolphins analytics aren't working anymore in Miami.
What's that?
The Titans coach?
Yeah, the Titans coach got shit canned.
Oh, he did? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Joe, we were just talking about you. I knew you were just going to pop your head up at some point.
Where's my Tampa Bay Bucks hat when I need it, Joe?
Yeah, boy, it's not often I root for the Buccaneers, but man, when they play the 49ers or the Cowboys, got to root for them.
Yeah, every year is just tough being a Dallas fan. But what's worse this year is they have a top 5 offense, but their defense is ranked in like the bottom 3.
Right. They're going to add a team so they'd be 33rd.
Yeah. It's just so sad because, like, I know Dak gets a lot of heat, but if you look at his stats compared to other quarterbacks, he floats in the top 3 just by stats. But
he should with that contract. I mean, he is the golden paycheck of the league.
Yeah, but the offense is performing. Their defense is just freaking garbage.
Pickens is keeping me alive on my fantasy team. I got him on my fantasy.
Who is?
Pickens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got Christian McCaffrey. So there you go, Mr. Bernardo.
He's always got points.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Niners are just depleted as well with all the injuries and stuff. So
Morally depleted, physically depleted, mentally depleted. Yeah, that's the 49ers. That's what we like to hear.
but I will say, when the Cowboys played the Packers, nobody lost. It was a tie.
Yeah, what is with that? What is with ties? The NFL needs a rule. There can't be ties. This isn't soccer. Come on, NFL. No ties allowed.
Honestly, that's a rule that needs to go by the wayside.
Right. If it takes all night, we're going to have a winner.
Yeah. Look at it. They finally, this year was the first year where in overtime, oh, look, both sides get a chance. How nice. It should have always been that way.
Yep.
Randy goes, what? No baseball talk? No. If the Brewers are 0-2, and if they don't make it to the World Series, you'll never hear baseball on this channel ever. Just saying.
Are you a baseball guy too, or no?
I'm kind of iffy. I'm a Mets fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I'm having a tough year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a baseball guy, but I know enough when somebody says they're a Mets fan to be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So,
they came out blazing and just caved in.
Yeah, that's not good. What is Joe saying here? Dennis got waxed in fantasy by his wife. Oh.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah, that's in the other league. At least I'm 4-2 in the other league. So, my auto drafting is doing awesome in that league.
Oh, well. Well, let's talk about the fun stuff. Comic books. One of the things, like you said, when we met, we hit it off because, well, I worked at a comic book company and you collect comics.
Yeah.
And you still do. And I follow you on X and you're posting all the time about stuff you got and whatnot. And you started a few months ago pressing as well, right?
Yeah, I got myself a press and started cleaning and pressing my comics. And you get reminded when you pull a comic book out after 10 years how crappy of a grader you were back then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That is awesome. Now, do you hot press, cold press, both?
I do. I mostly do hot press. And then I built one of those blue light machines to help whiten comics as well.
Okay.
You can actually use the press as a whitener as well.
How's that? Like how?
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about pressing.
It's lower heat, and when you're pressing the book for whitening, you loosen it up to basically the lid just lays on top of it. You take a 8x12, a regular sheet of paper, and you lightly spray it with 50-50 peroxide and water, and you lay that paper onto the book. And then you press it for 15 minutes for 130 degrees, at 130 degrees. And it helps take out like grease stains and all that stuff.
Really? Wow, 130. That is low heat. I was going to say typically I've heard most guys do between 160, 170, depending on.
When I press a book for wrinkles and stuff like that, I'm at 165.
Yep. Okay.
Now, what do you place over top the book when you press it for wrinkles and stuff?
I'm kind of overkill. I'll have let's see, the bottom level is an aluminum plate.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't rust. On top of that is like a mesh that's a nonstick mesh, which I probably don't need anymore. And then I put 2 backing boards and then a sheet of parchment paper, which is the ultimate nonstick.
Oh, parchment.
And parchment on top?
Parchment bottom and top.
Oh, bottom and top.
Yeah.
And how long do you keep it down for usually? Or I guess it varies on how bad.
No, it's 15 minutes. And if it doesn't come out all the way, you just repeat the process.
And did you, when you first started pressing stuff, I'm assuming you looked at like YouTube videos and stuff, or did
I did a lot of YouTube videos, and then one of my guys on X, he got into it too, and he's one of those guys that's all in when he does anything, and he's gotten really good at it. And he gave me some pointers as well.
Is it just a Because I mean, it's not like it's a comic book press. It's a T-shirt press, or what is
Yeah,
it?
it's a T-shirt press, and I bought. You can get them in different sizes. I bought a 9-inch one, so you can do 2 books at once.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
The main thing that keeps it slow is after you press it, 15 minutes, you turn up the heat. You still got to leave it in the press for 24 to 48 hours to cool off.
Now, if you take ground beef and throw it down there, does it make a good patty?
It's square like Wendy's.
Oh, even better.
Wendy's.
And what about bacon? Because you know they got those big heavy presses you use when you cook bacon. This just cuts out the middleman, right? Just throw some bacon down there and
I haven't tried it. I don't know how high the press goes. If I can get it up to 300, we'll try that.
So Joe's asking, does that kill the grading of the book? What do you think? It should be just the opposite. It should bump it from anywhere from a half a point to a point.
Oh yeah, CGC they'll allow you to press a book and clean a book and not consider it a defect because you didn't add anything to the book.
Right.
So then,
well, CGC has their own third party that you can pay to do it, so they're fine with it because they make money on it that way too.
So when you send a book in for grading that you pressed, right, and cleaned, you don't have to tell them though, right?
No, you send it in as is.
You just send it in. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah,
because they don't care.
Because like you said, you didn't actually do any cosmetic stuff to it.
Right. That's where the whitening comes into play. It's kind of like people are for or against it because you didn't add anything to the book, but you did use a chemical on the book. So some people start pushing that into restoration. But CGC, if you whiten it, they'll grade it as it looks. They won't deduct anything because you whitened it. Of course, you're not going to tell them that anyway. But
no.
Yeah.
So when you first started, did you F up anything real bad?
I haven't effed up anything on the press. I mean, I've messed up. I left the book in there for like an hour too long at the low heat, but it didn't affect it at all.
I was going to say, because it's so low, I wouldn't. It
was fine. It gets a little wrinkly. I've messed up 3 or 4 books cleaning though by having too much pressure on the book and tearing it.
Really? Any choice books that you were like, no?
Marvel Team Up 1.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, it was probably in fine condition to start with.
Yeah.
But the paper, I guess, was more brittle than I thought. And who knows, maybe I was thinking about something that got me going. And I was just erasing this mark, and it just went split right there. Yeah.
Oh.
So it was like a 2-inch tear, so I sold it. And then I just got another one. I'm waiting for it to show up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
who was he teamed up with in the first one?
Huh?
Who did he team up with in that first issue?
Torch.
That's right. Spider-Man and Torch.
Yeah, it's got that. It's hard to find in high grade because it's got that border cover from the early 70s.
Yeah.
And it's black. So the black shows everything.
Was that Gil Kane on the inside?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, good book. Because I got the rest of them. I got the full run. It's like had to get another one as quick as possible because it was driving me crazy having 2 through 150.
No way.
I couldn't take it. I was like, I gotta get one.
Not only that, but okay, so you messed up that one with the tear and stuff. Instead of just buying another one and having that spare, you were just like, nope, it's out of here. I can't keep this.
I'm going to sell it, and then I'll put that money towards a new book.
Nice. Well, we see that in your background, you've got some slab books and stuff on your wall. So, maybe let the audience know what you got back there.
Right back there, I have some early Warren books, magazines, horror magazines. I got the first magazine issue of Eerie, which was number 2.
Cool.
Issue 1 was like a little bitty. It almost looked like a Broadway playbill. It was just
really. It wasn't even a full comic book size.
No, it was white paper that was
Did you
folded.
know that?
Yeah, it was only like 1,000 copies or something.
Oh wow!
And then I got some early creepies. I got the classic Frazetta covers on all 3. issue 16's got that Jungle Girl painting that's so popular, and Creepy 9. I wanted to get a high grade one of those because it features the first published artwork of Bernie Wrightson.
Oh, nice.
It's not him drawing in the magazine. He sent in a fan piece and wrote and sent it to the letters column. And they
So how big did they publish it in a book? Is it small?
It's tiny. It's in a little corner. Here's some fan art that some dude named Bernie Wrightson sent.
Hey, what number is that? I got
funny.
it. So my buddy, Aaron, our friend Aaron Lepresti, huge Bernie Wrightson guy.
Yeah, I know. I follow Aaron.
So what number is it? Because I'm going to ask him if he knows that.
It's issue 9.
Of what? Creepy? Creepy 9. I bet he does, but I'm going to ask him just to see if he knows
sure
that.
He does. He's pretty good about that.
No, he oh my God, he is. You know, we do our show on Tuesday nights called The Professionals, which is, you know, myself, Aaron, Billy Tucci, Art Taber, and Graham Nolan.
Wow, you guys are on the same show? How come I don't know about that?
Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Or no, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock.
Holy crap.
And it's so, well, the way it works is we rotate because we all have YouTube channels. So last night it was on Graham's channel and it's alphabetical order. So next week it'll be on Aaron's YouTube channel.
Oh,
then
okay.
the week after that.
I didn't know it was connected. Oh, that's sweet. So y'all
Yeah,
rotate the one episode on each one of your YouTubes?
Yeah, every Tuesday night at 7:30, we go for like an hour and a half, different topic, and it's always the 5 of us, and it's the Professionals.
That's how I'm going to weasel my way into Comic-Con if I don't get a pass.
There you go. But I tell you, well, did you get the email?
I did.
Okay, because I was going to bring that up too. I got the email from San Diego. I think it's November 15th. I can't remember exactly, but that's not for us professionals. I don't have to worry about that email.
Yeah, that's for us peasants.
That's right. That's for the people who have to buy their way in.
I'm
glad you got it.
I got to fix that.
What's that?
I've never been before, so I got to remedy that.
I know.
I'm going to
So whenever we talk about comics on the show, it's bound to happen. Aaron will go, I've got that in a 9.2. Or I've got that in a 9.4. Or I've got that in a 9.8.
Oh, Dennis, is that only a 9.0? Why did you even bother?
Yeah. You should have just bought a raw one.
Well, this is so what really drives me crazy is out of all of us on the show, Graham Nolan's probably the polar opposite. He's like, I don't give a shit what the condition is. I just want to read it.
Right.
So Graham has issues 1 through 6 of the original Incredible Hulk.
Oh, wow.
They're beat the shit.
He don't care. They're probably not even in bags.
I don't think when he first showed them to us, I don't know if they were, but he doesn't care. But I'm like right in the middle of both those guys because like I've got some graded stuff, but then there's stuff that's not great. I don't care.
Right.
But the difference is when I find out I have a book that is worth like the first appearance of the Vision, Avengers 58, I think 57. This goes back like a decade or so. And well, right when he appeared in the cinematic universe, right?
Okay.
So
you got it at the height.
So no, I had it before that.
Oh, okay.
But I said, I'm going to get it graded. And I'm nowhere near a professional grader looking at books, you know.
Right.
Dennis is great at it. I'll let him look at stuff. So I got it graded. Dude, it came back as an 8.0.
Wow, that's high rank for that.
Yeah. So
wow.
So the point of the story is Shelton Drum over here, who does the Heroes Con show and has Heroes Aren't Hard to Find in the store.
Yeah, I've been in there.
Yeah, I was looking at, and this goes back some years too. I was looking at a Hulk #1 that was like a 05. It was graded. He got it as part of a collection. It was a .05. So just garbage, right? And I'm like, and I don't know. I'm like, an 05. I get it's a Hulk #1. I mean, what would that sell for? And he's like, oh, it's still a few $1,000s. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So grams aren't that bad. And I'm like, dude, I get those things graded. You're sitting on some good money.
Yeah, he is.
But like you
By the
said,
way, this is the Bernie Wrightson art that's in creepy number 9.
that's
Wow.
the one. That's the piece.
That is it. So for those of you who are fans of Bernie Wrightson, you think that is a cruel and it is considered his first art in comics. There you go. You know what it looks like. Go grab yourself a copy.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, after the show at 5:00 Eastern, Aaron does his show on his channel called The Graybeards, where it's him, David Williams, Dan Lawless, and Gary Martin. It's a drawing stream they do for 2 hours where Aaron puts a poll up on his X account of 3 different options, and whichever one gets the most votes, that's what they draw.
I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah.
So if you're free at 5 today, pop into his chat and be like, hey, buddy, Andy wants me to ask, do you know the first time Bernie's stuff was published? And just give him a quiz.
I will.
So-
I'll quiz them.
Now, your quiz, do you remember the first comic book you ever got?
Yeah. First comic book I ever got was Fear #1.
Oh, no kidding.
A 25 center. I'm pretty sure I just saw it on a rack and begged my mom or dad to get it because I was only 6 years old, I think. And then, I'm looking through it and it had like a gorilla story or some crazy thing about it. And I'm looking in it, and inside was an advertisement for Fear 3 that was coming up. So I'm not sure if it was 1 or 2 that I got, but that had 2 big Jack Kirby kaijus battling it out on the cover.
Yeah.
And I wanted that book so bad. Sent my dad to go look for it. He never found it. He came back with another gorilla book. And then, but I finally got one, maybe only 7-8 years ago.
Oh, the #3?
Yeah, the one that I've always wanted.
Oh, yeah.
So that was good. So I got that.
Do you still own it?
Huh?
Do you still own it?
Oh, yes, sir.
No,
Okay.
the Fear #1 you still own.
No, I don't have. Oh, the first book? No.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Have you gone back and rebought it though?
I'm working on that now because I've got the only Fear issues I need to complete the series are a couple of the early ones, but the 25 centers and maybe 1 or 2 15 centers, and then I'm good. So I'm starting to focus on those. I wanted to get all the Man-Thing and Morbius first.
How many issues did Fear run for? Do you recall roughly?
Let's see, 20, 32 or 33.
Oh, okay.
10 through 9. It was all Kirby stuff up until issue 10. And then 10 was the first solo Man-Thing story.
Oh, okay.
And that ran until issue 19. And then issue 20 was Morbius's first solo run. And he took it to the end of the book.
Wasn't the first Man-Thing, though, was in a magazine, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in Savage Tales #1. Yeah, that's the first one. And then his second, third appearance are in Astonishing Tales with Kazar.
Yeah.
Those are hard to find in good grade, too. They are always ratted out.
So are you more of a Marvel guy, it sounds like, growing up? Or
I was all Marvel growing up. My first DC book, I was probably 13 or 14 before I even got a DC book.
Really? Do you remember what that was?
My first DC book. No.
Nobody remembers their first.
You shut
DC
your
book.
mouth. I do.
That's funny.
Mine was
But
great.
there's
Mine
your
was an
Fear
issue of
#1.
Yeah.
There she is. I don't have that one yet. I thought it was Fear #4 that was my first book, and it still might be. And maybe Fear 3 was out already, and it said on sale now, because I think Fear 4's got the gorilla thing on the cover.
So did you gravitate towards when you first got into comics and the monster stuff? It sounds
That's all I did. That's all I figure I started collecting when I was, or getting comics when I was 6. So that would be what, 1970, 69, 70 in there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I started buying all the Kirby reprints, the Monsters on the Prowl, the Where Monsters Dwell, and all those. And then a little bit later, out comes Plug and his Frankenstein, and Man Thing came out, and Werewolf by Night came out, and I was all about those. I'd toss Spider-Man, Hulk out of the way. Where the hell's my werewolf?
Oh my God, dude, you and Aaron would get along
Yeah,
so well.
you
Well,
would.
and Graham, because both those guys love the monster stuff,
All the
especially
Universal monster stuff.
That too.
Oh my God.
I grew
Aaron-
up on that stuff.
Aaron's favorite Marvel monster. He got the toy a little while ago. I can't recall the monster's name, but it's from that time period. Big, tall, burly, covered like white fur.
Oh, Zemu?
Yes,
Zemu.
he
Yeah,
loved.
he looked like the abominable snowman with bangs.
Yes, Aaron loves Zemu. Hilarious.
I just got Defenders 12 like 2 weeks ago, and it's him and Zemu and Hulk all battling it out on the cover.
Wow. So what whole runs do you have?
Full runs, I got Werewolf by Night. I got all the Marvel monster runs. Man Thing, Frankenstein, Werewolf, Tomb of Dracula. I got Marvel Team Up, Marvel Spotlight. Almost got all the creatures on the loose. I got Conan, full run of Conan.
Oh, no shit.
That's awesome.
1 through 275. 275.
Was it
I'm
two-
working
yeah.
on Savage Sword now.
Oh, wow. How far in on Savage Sword are you?
Like 15 issues.
Now, when you get the full runs, is there a grade condition you won't go below?
Yeah,
Like
I
it's got
won't
to
go
be like
below.
5 or above, or
I try to stay 7 or above, unless the book is
Oh.
outrageous. Then I'll go lower. I'll go down to a 6. Like I'm trying. Like we'll talk about that later. But there's a book I want to get.
oh yeah.
But yeah, I got those full runs. I got a lot of short runs that were in the 70s. You know, like Devil Dinosaur and all those guys.
Oh,
But
Oh, yeah.
I've been buying all those number ones that started coming out in 77 through 79. Godzilla. I got a full run
Oh,
of
yeah.
Oh,
Godzilla.
yeah.
Shogun Warriors, Human Fly, John Carter, Spider Woman.
One of my favorite runs is the Shogun Warriors. That and Rom. Those are my two non-X-Men favorite runs.
Yeah,
were
you
Rom
and Aaron
and Shogun
Myers.
Warriors.
So I've been trying to buy all of those number ones in 9.6. Those are the slabs that I've been picking up because they're still pretty cheap.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like Aaron has a good eye for picking up just these kind of odd books you wouldn't think of. Like if you're kind of like in the know in a way, you're like you said, a 9.6, it's very reasonable and it won't go down.
Right. It's
It'll
like
just go
half the
up.
price of a 9.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
my big thing. I can buy 2 9.6s or 1 9.8. I only have one 9.8, and that's the Morbius number 1 from the 90s because it was cheap, and I love that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That Wagner cover is really cool.
Frankie, do you own a slab 10.0 of anything?
I do not.
You do not.
I don't.
I picked up my first 10.0 a few months ago. I think it was Jersey, right? Garden State.
Yeah.
Graham Nolan in his Monster Island, Return to Monster Island book.
Oh, yeah.
He got 10.0, and I find if I'm gonna buy a 10.0 of any book, because I've seen them out in the wild in shops and stuff, but they want $500-600 for books you've never heard of before, just
Right.
because it was a 10. I'm like, I don't need a 10 that bad.
I don't either.
But Graham had a 10.0, so for a couple $100, I forked it out. It was a great investment. It's a great book. I have a Graham Nolan 10.0, and it's now displayed in my man cave.
That's worth a couple of $100 every day.
Every day. It was just awesome. We Andy and I have never gotten in a book that would be a 10.0 out of our first two graphic novels, and Graham got like, what did he say, 3?
Yeah, something
like that. He got 3 of them 10.0s. I'm like, wow, just
unheard of, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, the highest we ever got on Core Draft was a 9.9.
Yeah,
that's still crazy. You don't see that very often either.
I'm a comic book appraiser, so I used to appraise it for many, many, many years. And I go through them, and I'm like, these are all 9.8 potentials. You never know; they could go up, and so then we'll send them in. Yeah, we've got 9.9. Never have hit the 10.0. But when I'm looking at the 9.9 and the 9.8, there's no difference.
Yeah, you can't tell whatsoever. It's like, what kind of mood is my grader in today?
Exactly.
I sent 4 books in from my collection, and I haven't sent one in since.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't like what grades I got, so I didn't.
Dude, we did that with our second Core Draft, and like I said, we're not sending in one. They just came from the printer to us. He's still going through picking. We send like 2 of each cover in. There's no way we sent in anything below a 9.6. No way.
There's no way any of them are below a 9.6. I look at the spines, the corners. You go
folds everything.
Yeah, and I'm like I said, everything we send in are 9.8 candidates. And our first time, I don't even know if we got a 9.6. Maybe we did.
No, we got it. We got
a bunch of 9.8s, and then we got the 1.99, and I was like, that's great. 9.9, I'm kind of happy with that. Right. But yeah, the second batch, when we sent in our second book, The Awakening, we got a 9.2. And I am looking at that.
We got a 9.0 too.
We did. We got a 9.0 on something else. So I'm like looking at the grader's notes, and then I'm looking like, that's not possible. Oh, well, that one, there's a ding in the corner now. They dropped the book. That or UPS had a field day. The cable guy must have gotten our UPS box, because there is a visible ding. I'm like, there was nothing on any of those books we sent in.
Yeah, and one of the million employees they had would just drop it, throw it back in there, and just like tiptoe away like Bill Murray.
Yep. They drop it or whatever. We had a buddy of ours just went through Oria.
Yeah.
So it was an old book. It was one of the sexier books, we'll just titles back then. And it was a rare book. And he got a really nice copy. I mean, it was a 9.8 candidate. And so he didn't even mail it in. They were there. CGC was there you could do the drop off, and they would do the grading. It was on-site grading at the convention. So he came in, I think it was Thursday or Friday, the first day of the show, drop it off. It was great looking book. It came back a 9.0, and he was like, Dennis, look at this book and tell me. And I'm like, there is a visible ding right here that was not in the book when he dropped it off, and there was another one up top. And I'm like, dude, you've got 2 things that, and I saw the book, it was not there before it. So something happened, and he goes, I am better off cracking it and just reselling. He goes, I'm so upset. I'm just going to sell it raw and be done with it, because he goes, for what he paid for the book, a 9.0 wouldn't even cover it.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's scary, man. It's scary. I sent in New Mutants 98, high grade. None of them were 9.8 candidates, but a high grade. And then from my private collection, I sent in my Swamp Thing 1, my Werewolf 32 at the first Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one. Oh, yeah, Marvel Spotlight I think it's 25 or the first solo Moon Knight.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And the Moon Knight came back in 8.5. I thought that was at least a 9.2. New Mutants came back 9.4, so I was like, okay with that. Swamp Thing came back a 7.0. I thought it was at least an 8. I mean, I bought it for $20 back in the day, but I was like, I thought that was way better. And I didn't agree. The one I was most upset was with Werewolf came back a 32. Werewolf 32 came back a 6.0. And I didn't agree with it. So I resubmitted it and said, okay, you guys use your third party to clean and press this and then bump it up and send it back. And instead of doing that, they just cracked it open, bumped it from a 6 to a 6.5 without doing anything to it and sending it back.
Oh,
Wow.
They wouldn't clean it. They didn't do nothing to it. They just bumped it up a half a grade and mailed it back.
Well, here's what's interesting. Way back when I had started appraising and stuff, I was up in the Rockford, Chicago area, and it was a big controversy, and like Improbi's asking, does the CGC scandal from a year ago worry you guys about slab books? There is a number of things that kind of worry me about it, and this is a story. They were talking, and you never know if the guy you get has a great morning, your book could come back better.
Right.
Angry, you never know.
Noogie and poof.
So we tested this out. One of the guys from the shop sent in an X-Men 266 First Gambit.
Right.
Came back a 9.6.
Wow.
All right. They got it back. We looked at it. We're like, okay. Cracked it open. One of the other guys submitted it and under his name sent it in. Came back a 9.4. Okay, that's possible. You've now got all these other people and shipping and stuff on it. Cool. Possibly. I'm looking at it. I don't see a difference, but 9.4 from a 9.6 maybe. Third guy cracks it open. He sends it in. Comes back a 9.8.
what?
So the question is, you can understand going from a 9.6 to a 9.4 because it got in there. But how do you go from a 9.4
to a 9.8?
A 9.8.
Right.
It was just like I finally my Pinnacle book is an X-Men #1. And I bought a slab 9.0 of X-Men #1.
Wow.
And when I got it, the very thing, the CBCS guys, they knew that my key for not only X-Men #1 was to have Stan Lee sign it. So I literally bought the book. They walked up to me and they said, you're going to be at MegaCon next weekend. I'm like, yeah. They're like, we've got private signings with Stan Lee.
Wow.
You might want to consider cracking it because this was towards the end when we were like, Stan, we don't know how much longer.
I was at that
able to do this.
I was at that MegaCon. I was one of the 5th. They were sold out.
Yep.
And then they said, all right, at the last minute while I was walking around, we're gonna sell 50 more tickets for Stan, and I got one of those.
Well, they had it set up where it was a private signing up in his hotel room.
That's cool.
So I was like, I'm good with that. So I brought 5 books. That was one of it. So I cracked my 9.0 and was beyond nervous. I was so nervous I couldn't do it myself. So there's a guy standing next to me. He goes, just crack it. It's not a big deal. I'm like, it is a big deal to me. So he hands me his X-Men or as a Hulk 181 and says, well, I'm cracking this. Go ahead and crack it for me. I'm like, dude, I don't want to touch your book. I am so nervous. He wanted me to crack his book just to feel what it would be like. So long story short, I wind up cracking the book. They put it in Mylar, and this was at the point where they cut out the Mylar, a window about that big, and they black marker all the way around it, and it says sign here, and they've got arrows pointing to it. That I knew that I was great for Stan because I knew he was at the end of it if they were having to do all.
Yeah, that was sad. You wouldn't even look up.
I had 5 books signed, my first Gambit, I got my Days of Future Past, things like that. And they were all silver marker Stanley. They got up to my X-Men #1 and they were like, Stan, this is not only a huge fan of yours, he just bought X-Men #1. He now owns every X-Men and every X title that's been put out there. And he goes, what? He goes, yes, this is his pride. He just bought it. Stan goes, Excelsior, get me a new Sharpie. And they literally gave him a brand new Sharpie. And he took his time. And I one of the other shows, I showed the signatures of that book with the other ones that I got. It's night and day difference. He took his time. It looked like Stanley. It was happy. So it came back in, it went graded, and it came back in 8.5. So I've got the gold label, and people were upset with me. Dude, you lost money. What are you thinking? And I'm like, I'm never selling this book.
Yeah.
This is not. Dude, I had 2 guys walk up to me at the show because they graded it there. They physically brought it back. I got the book, and I was like, they were upset with me, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm loving it. I had 2 guys offer me $50,000 on the spot to buy that book, and I'm like, no. I mean, this was years ago. This was like 19, I think it was 2019 when I got it done, right before COVID.
Yeah, that sounds right. I had him sign my Origins of Marvel Comics.
Cool.
Yep. Big thick book from the day. I had him sign that.
Yeah, I had a chance in Baltimore, I don't know, say 15 years ago. He was a guest there, and I was going to be there as a guest. And, I asked the promoter, I said, can I get something signed? And he goes, yeah, I mean, you got to pay for it like everybody else. I got no pull. It's Stan. I was like, oh, well, what's he charging? And it was $50.
That's and what I think when I did it.
And I was going to have
mine was $155 because they were fees with them in a private signing. So I don't know what stock was, but it was $155 a signature for the private.
Wow. Well, I was going to have him sign my How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
Ah, nice.
And then I was just like, forget it. So I never did. So. I don't care. It's funny because people ask like, oh, did you ever meet Stan Lee? Once the movies really started kicking off, and Stan became Stan because of the, his cameos and stuff. And then I'd meet people. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a cartoonist. I do blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, have you ever met Stan Lee? And I did once at a Marvel Christmas party in like 94, but it was just no big deal back then.
Right. Hey,
it was just it was a Christmas party they were having, and Marvel would send out invites to basically all the freelancers. And it was like, hey, it's in New York. It's at this hotel. If you want to pay your way up and, basically pay your way, there's your invite. So I went because I knew people up there and Stan was there, but it was just, in 94, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is Stan Lee. It was just like he was there. It's like, hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, I do this for Marvel. That's great, whatever. And I guess the regret there is not having a camera to take a photo.
Yeah, I had a camera and got a picture of it, but he was so tired.
Yeah.
And so weak because, I come in one of those last 50 that they just decided to bring in. And I couldn't even get him to raise his head up. I felt so bad.
Oh, my God.
We saw him at Heroes Con. They had him out one year at Heroes Con. And then I remember the one thing that's what it always stuck with me. And I know some people love Stan, some people don't. But, he had this huge line. And the handler guys were like, oh, line ends, right here. This is it. And nobody else is getting stuff. And Stan had been sitting down there signing and talking. And at that time, he was still talking to everybody that came up. Right. And Stan looked up and he saw the other people and he goes, wait a minute. Why are you ending the line right there? And he goes, well, we've got to end it right here, blah, 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 blah time. And he goes, no. Those people have been standing in line. Don't let anybody else in, but anybody in line, I'm going to talk to. And the guys were like, well, we can't. Yes, we will. And I was like, Stan was all about the people
I
at that
love
time.
that story. I
And
knew if he
made
could look
sure,
up, he would have.
dude, he made sure everybody got a chance to talk to him that stood in the line, regardless if they wanted a signature or not.
That's a beautiful story right there.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
So
that.
what? Go ahead.
I got an interest. I was talking about a standing in line story. I was I don't know if you can see it up here, but right up there, next to that tomb of Dracula, there's a Captain America drawing up there.
Oh, yeah.
I got
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So I got that from George Perez.
Oh, nice.
Oh, me and my son, who was young at the time, were at a mid '90s MegaCon, and George was signing, and we were in line for about 2 hours. And by the time we had gotten up there was one guy in front of me, and maybe two guys behind me. And George looks over, he sees my son draped on me like an army boot because he's been in line for 2 hours and hates my guts. And he looks over, he goes, you know what? Y'all have been standing in line so long. I'm going to make y'all sketches. And
Nice.
Instead of signing your book, I'll sign your book, but you all get a sketch. And he goes, who do you want? I let my son pick. I go, you're the one that's struggling in line. Who do you want? And he said, Captain America. So that's what we got.
You said, and then you looked at your son and said, that is not how you pronounce man thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I got to see your shirt. Is that Bart and Lisa? We can't.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Halloween, man.
That's right.
That is awesome. I just happened to, when you were doing, I just happened to see the eye sockets. I'm like, I got to see what that is.
Yeah, my daughter got me that.
That's cool. So what would you say is the holy grail of comics that you want to get? Or
do you own it already?
Yeah, or do you own
it?
it? Like he owns his. Can't
Right.
even ask him. He's
yeah,
like,
I
oh,
know what yours is. That's a beautiful story too. An unattainable one would probably be Amazing Fantasy 15. It's
Oh,
yeah.
common answer, of course. Attainable ones, I still need an Amazing Spider-Man 129. I don't have the first Punisher yet. And if I get that, I'll have pretty much issue 95 to present.
Oh, damn.
That's the only hole I have there. I was missing a lot of the 80s ones, like the mid 200 ones, all the way up to McFarlane's beginning. And my buddy liquidated his collection, and I bought all of them from him. So that filled that gap. Like
man, a 129 is still not that thing.
Yeah, I can still get like an 8.0 or a 7.5. I can probably, if I wait around long enough, I can probably get one for 1,500.
Yeah.
So that's attainable. I'm mad at myself and almost punishing myself for not having a Hulk 181 because I had one in my hands for $30.
Wow.
Back at that same MegaCon that Perez was at.
In the 90s?
In the 90s.
For $30?
$30. Probably
wow.
a 7.0 in there. And the guy, it was the end of the con. The guy was going to go home with it. And he's like, I don't want it. He's like, $30. And back then I was struggling. So I may have had.
Oh, no, I hear you.
$60 for the whole con. And so I walk away from him saying I can't. For 2 minutes, came back, and someone else got it, of course.
Oh,
that's my biggest non-purchasing regret in my comic collecting career. So now I got to pay like 100 times more than that if I want one.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, just off the top of my head, I'd go with probably Giant Size X-Men #1.
I have that.
You had or have?
I have it. I bought it for $1.
Yeah, you got it. So you have it since you bought it.
Yeah, it's in good. It would be in great shape. It'd be a 7.5 probably easily, but you know how those square bound books would always split down in the bottom corner, and it's got like a 2-inch tear on it.
And see, that's the thing. Like, I got the reprint as a kid, and I still buy the reprints of it. I just. Dave Cochran inked himself, and I love that era of the X-Men.
Yeah.
And going back to like what you're saying, I remember in the 80s buying, new books off the stands, and you'd have that double page Mile High Comics ad, right? In the center of the book. And you'd see giant size X-Men for like $30.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm a broke teenager,
I still back then $30 was
and then
mowing lawns.
Yeah, and then even in the 90s when I was working, it'd be a couple hundred, which if I knew then that it would blow up to what it is now, obviously I would have been like, I don't care, I'm paying $200, trust me, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I can't.
But you bought it off the shelf. I mean, you have to be a little older than us then, because I was really young, and that was just around when I started collecting. And
it was actually about 2 years old. Byrne was already on the book when I got it.
Oh, so you actually got it in the back issue?
Okay. I got it at a used bookstore.
Still $1.
Wow.
I got that for $1, and I got issue 94 for $1.25.
So,
oh my God, it pains me so much.
I see it. Obviously, I see it at shows all the time.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like I said, I don't. If I'm going to get a CGC book of anything, I want it to be 7 or higher.
Right, me too. Most of
but I have a few exceptions. The lowest I could go on that book is a 5.
Yeah, because I've seen ugly.
I've seen 4s, 4, 5s, 3s, and I don't care. They're garbage.
They're wrecked.
I can't do it. Yeah,
right, I can't do it either.
Because I'm looking at this book that is, yes, it's a giant size X-Men, but it is literally garbage, and I'm like, you have garbage encased in plastic. I can't do it.
Yeah,
but I could go to a 5.
Part of that's our age too, because back when I didn't have money, and probably like 2099, somewhere way back then, I was buying low grade 12-cent books just to have them.
Yeah, right. And that's where I differ. I mean, if I'm looking for a book that I want and it's low grade, obviously not slabbed, I don't care. I'll buy that until I can upgrade.
Right.
But I got an X-Men 94 2 or 3 years ago now for off of eBay, and it's a 7.5. Nice. And it was we were at a show together, right? And this guy had one, and it was raw. But the price, I was like, no, that's not a bad price. So I had him look at it and look at the condition. And he was like, no, not for what he's asking. He goes, it looks like it's around 6.5 maybe.
That's what mine
not
is.
For that price.
Mine's about
so he started looking on eBay when we were at our table, and there was a guy on eBay selling one in Canada, and it was a 7.5, and it was around $600.
Oh, dang, that's not bad.
No, wow. And it wasn't buy now. So I just hit watch because I was going to have to just stay on top of it.
Right. You want to be those guys at the end with the last pounce.
Yeah, that's what snipers.
I got it. That's what I did.
That's what I do.
But so that's probably a grail. But I tell you, now that I think about it, I do own a book that falls into that category. Now it is a 4.5, but when I tell you the book, you'll go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." One, it's a Golden Age book, so
wow. It's a
CGC 4.5 Golden Age.
Wow!
It is Captain Marvel, and it's the cover where it's the only time Captain Marvel and Billy Batson are next to each other, and it's that famous cover where Captain Marvel's standing there with his arm on Billy Batson's shoulder, who's standing next to him. I can't remember the issue number. I think it's in the 40s.
Right.
But I love that cover. I love CC Beck, love Captain Marvel. And this was years ago. Saw it on eBay for a good price. And there's only, I'm trying to remember now, it's been a while. There's only like 6 or 7 of them out there that are slabbed. And this is the funny thing. So I have one. Aaron Lepresti has one.
Wow.
And Aaron, Mr. 9.0 or higher, his is like around a 5 or 6.
That's
so.
Yeah.
And then another buddy of mine, Norm Ratman, has 2 of them slabbed.
2. So you guys got all of them?
Well, we've got 4 out of 7, I guess.
4 out of 7.
And that was a few years ago. And I asked Norm before I even bought the one. I was like, "Wait, you got 2 of them?" He's like, "Yeah, I got I think it's like a 6.5 and a 4." And I was like, "Well, do you want to sell the 4?" And he's like, "Nope." And I was like, "Oh, no."
Yeah,
Wow,
I do have to ask because I love hearing about people's collections. Like, do you know how big is your collection? Do you know roughly how many books that you have, or do you just collect certain things?
I only have about slab wise. I only have about 25 slabs, but I have 22 long boxes that are full.
Okay. Now, do you have the good old drawer boxes that are nice and easy?
No, I got the old cardboard. Try not to stack.
Well, I mean, you can see them behind us. I've got 25 of the long drawer boxes, and dude, I'm telling you, it's worth the investment. He's got them, and I saw him at his place, and I was like,
I got them when I lived for 20 years now. I got them early, and I have moved so many times. They're so much sturdier. They work. I mean, they've gone with me through all my moves, and they're so much better than long boxes.
I'll look into that. You ordered them?
Yeah, so there's knockoffs. You want to do a Google search for comic book drawer boxes, and I'm sure it'll be the first site. And I can't remember the exact name of the site, but the background's red on the homepage.
He's out of Colorado. He's an engineer who loves comics, and he designed them. It's so sturdy, dude. And they have locking mechanisms, so you can pull the drawer out, and it'll hang the lip. It catches. So you can sit there and go through them.
Finger through the books. Wow.
Yeah. It's great.
Like I said, I've got 5 high by 5 across. He says not to go more than 5 high, so I've got the max 5 high.
Yeah. Once you're at 6 high, you're reaching up for it anyway.
Yeah, you're reaching up anyhow. Yeah. So you got 22. I've got 25 long boxes, and he also has short drawer boxes, and I've got like 4 of those. Go ahead, tell them how many long boxes you have, Dennis.
Oh, I don't know how many long boxes exactly. Probably 100, 120. 130.
Wow.
Yeah, I got about 28,000 comics, and they're all alphanumeric and stuff. So I know right where everything is. It's on both sides, but it's good.
Let's hope you don't have to rebag and board for a while.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Okay, so I was going to ask, but I think I know the question. All your stuff is bagged and boarded, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, every single one.
Okay, not all mine are, because if it's a book not worth anything or if it's in shitty condition, I don't care.
Oh, I have a dirt pile, too, that's not bagged and boarded.
Yeah, no, out of my 25 long boxes.
Oh, wow.
I would say out of my 25 long boxes, half of them are not bagged and boarded. Spread throughout.
Interesting.
And I still have books that are in their so this is hilarious. My
that's pretty.
So this is an old picture. So it's bigger than that now, but that was, you can see them lined up and going around. So yeah, it's a great system. It's just I don't like going 5 high because, there's so much weight when you're pulling them out at the bottom. It's harder to pull them out then and stuff. But yeah, you can pull them out, hang them down and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's not really hard to pull out the bottom if you're not a pussy.
No, because it rips the boxes. This has nothing to do with physical strength.
And you can't go 5 high because you're angled ceilings.
I can't in this one. My old man cave I could, and I had them 5 high. But I can't here. And then I've got a bunch of the ones for slabs and short boxes, and up on the right now, the whole thing is stacked with the new fancy Marvel type fun boxes and stuff like that. But
wow.
That's
definitely. And the thing is, with the drawer boxes, a case is 5 boxes, right? And it's the boxes and obviously the shells and everything for that's the case. Here's where it makes sense if you can buy them for, like, say you would need 5 cases basically, right? Because you can't buy them individual.
Okay.
That would make sense to buy in bulk like that, because here's the kick in the balls. If you buy 1 case, the shipping is going to cost the same amount
as 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is like $100.
Shipping is expensive. And I've met the guy. We've not only
he was at a con once. Yeah.
We actually met face to face because he and I go back with history dating all the way back to when I first bought him. Because one of the local comic shops ripped him off, and because this is all patented stuff, and they started selling the exact same thing but a cheap knockoff version, and I wound up shipping them to him. And anyway, he found out. He shipped me like 5 of them just for doing all of this, so he could find out that somebody was. So we've got a history. Right. And we talked about the shipping on it, and he goes, he's done DHL, UPS. He goes, I am looking for the cheapest way to ship it, but because of the size of the boxes and how they ship, he goes, it is really expensive. So he goes,
I don't go by weight anymore. They go by dimensions now.
Yep, you're better off to buy them in bulk if you can.
Yeah, if you can buy at least 2, well, like I said, 2 cases, so 10 boxes, the shipping is pretty much the same. It goes up. So say it's 100 for shipping for 1 case. Oh, there's the.
Yep, I think that is it, Randy, without even pulling it up. Collectiondrawer.com.
Yeah.
Thanks, Randy.
So 1 case of 5, might be $100 in shipping. So like the same price. And he also does ding and dent sales as well. Okay. But point is, if you order 2 cases, the shipping might be, $110 or $120. So it doesn't double the shipping. That's why, so, and it's because you flatten those things out. The box is it's only like this tall.
Right. Like a regular case.
Yeah. But they're worth it.
Yeah, they are worth it. I've told everybody that, and everybody who switched to them, they'll live and die by them now.
I'm due to switch anyway. These boxes are starting to get the lids, boy. The lids just can't take it.
Nope. They can't take the weight. I know.
Can't take it.
Well, most of the boxes are only 200-pound corrugated anyway.
Yeah.
These guys are 300-pound corrugated, and they have shells that go on the inside, and so they are. I still have. I think I've lost in all the moves in 20 years. I think I've lost and had to replace 2 or 3 boxes total. So I mean that says a lot.
That does say a lot. Yeah, so it's worth it there as well. They end up paying for themselves.
Yeah, They really do. What was the last thing? I think. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I still have, and I know neither one of you guys could probably say this with something in your collection. So back in the 80s, Wolverine comes out, the miniseries, right?
Right.
And even then it was hot. So I bought, I obviously have it, and I still have my originals and whatever. Well, Nightcrawler came out right after that. And I'm like, oh, it's going to blow up. So I bought like 4 copies of each. What a waste of money, because they're not worth anything. But when the official handbook to the Marvel Universe came out, the very first one, I loved it so much. And I did this with some Alpha Flights as well, but I got rid of the duplicates of the Alpha Flights. I bought 2 copies of each, basically a reading copy and in a bag and board.
Right.
So with the very first edition of the original handbook of the Marvel Universe, which I think was 12 issues, for the duplicate set that was not the reading copy, it was the Keep Nice copy. It's in a bag and board, but there's also a board on the front. And on the front of the board, so I knew what it was, I wrote, official handbook number 1, number 2. So I have not opened those since I bought them when they came out. I think that was like 84.
Wow.
Because I told Dennis this past weekend, I went through some of the long boxes to kind of clean stuff up. And there they are. And they have not been opened in basically 40 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
And you got a board on the front and back, so they're flat,
Right.
So,
Cool.
but here's the sad thing: they're not worth anything. You go to a dollar box,
you
find them.
Yeah.
Nope, not
I
worth
just
it.
got Q through S.
Yeah. So
They're cool though.
It's nice.
That was kind of like my X-Men at the Texas State Fair and X-Men versus Obnoxio the Clown. Of course you had to pick up a couple of them because they were odd.
Hey, for $2, Travis Perrick wants to know, do you have Alf number 48? And if not, do you know why it's special?
No and yes.
So you have seen it.
Oh yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it. You're not allowed to even show that at SeaWorld.
That's right. Makes little kids cringe.
I try to tell people it's a pool toy.
Exactly.
It's a pool toy. It's not real.
You want to know one of the hard? I don't know if it's Action Comics or if it's just the straight out Superman. It's an issue of one of those that came out in the 40s during World War II. It's one of the hardest issues to find. And the reason is Superman is on the cover, obviously, like he was on all the books back then. And he's in front of a printing press. And the printing press is slapping out newspapers. So, it's an old 1940s looking printing press.
Right.
And, back then during the war, a lot of the comics would have propaganda stuff on the covers, right?
Right.
So on the cover of this book, the headline shooting out of the printing press on the newspaper is, have you slapped, or it's either slap a Jap or have you slapped a Jap? That book.
I've seen that.
Yeah. I can't remember the issue number. If you see it, it is so freaking expensive because of that,
Yep. Because that's not coming around again.
No. That is, I didn't even know about that book until probably 5 years ago. So,
wow. Now I got to research and see I remember seeing that somewhere, reading about it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Captain America had a few of those too.
Oh yeah, but nothing as straightforward as that. That's for sure.
Jap today.
No. Well, we are going to wind it down because Aaron does start at 5. But before we do, we always like to end with, of course, the promotion for Lilith Infernal Conflict, guys. At the beginning of the show, we mentioned we have the 10 calendars that have been ordered. They are shipping out today. They are in envelopes. It's Action Comics 58. Thank you very much, Randy. Guys, there's 30 calendars left. There's only 40 available on the campaign. So get yourself a core draft calendar. Get a core draft calendar. Once they're gone, they're gone. And with the calendars, once they're ordered, we ship them out right away. So you'll have it in time for the holidays. Lilith Infernal Conflict. She goes back to her home in the abyss.
Play the track.
She's got to fight. We played on the way out.
There we go.
She's fighting a war against the demon lord Vexarion. We find out about Lilith's coming up in her queen's army, you could say. Lots of new characters. It's a prequel book. And if you've never read Core Draft, guys, you don't have to with this story. This is a good standalone story all about Lilith. Of course, if you want to read about Core Draft, we do have a catch-up tier where you can get Core Draft 1, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And then last but not least,
we are down to 11 of the newsprints.
11 copies of the newsprint retro edition of the book. These are signed and numbered. They're colored in a flatter coloring style to be reminiscent of the books from the 70s and early 80s. I did the cover in a retro style, as you can see, with the nice Marvel box and everything. Get it while you can. This is limited to 100 copies available. Wow. And there are only 11 left. So go check out the campaign. The link is in the description below, or scan the QR code at the top. And other than that, Frankie, thank you for joining us.
Oh, that was fun, man. I really love doing that. I had a great time.
We are definitely going to have to do this again.
I was gonna say we got a lot more stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we could next time. Next time we did this with Aaron, we'll do a show and tell. So we'll prep you with pull out 5 books that you just want to show off.
Oh yeah, that sounds perfect.
Oh yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, we did that.
And you should come up to Heroes Con. You're not that far. You should come up during the summer and hit the big con up here in Charlotte.
Yeah, I was going to say you could. Yeah, we'll talk about it after the show because I was going to mention that.
I'll swing the RV up there.
Yeah, and also, Randy, thanks for posting. Here's Frankie Paul's routine: your body after 50, or here's Dennis.
Definitely after 50.
That's right.
I got videos on Frankie Paul Comedy is my YouTube channel.
Awesome. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Do you know the title of the movie we're seeing?
No.
Damn it. Well, there's a new Keanu. So, Frankie, every Thursday we see a movie and we drop our movie review on Friday morning. It's been a while because of Dennis's kidney stuff. So the Tron movie review drops tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night, we are seeing the movie where Keanu... Good Fortune, Keanu Reeves, Seth Rogen. Keanu plays an angel. It's a comedy. It looks fun. We'll let you know Friday. Check out the channel for the review. Until then, we'll catch you guys next week. Frankie, don't sign off. Yep. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good meeting you.
Go see Graybeard.